Not about avoiding failure. Failure is about avoiding failure. Success is about trying. Fail fast, fail forward, fail often.
You guys can't see, but I have the one and only Gary Keller behind me and Seth Campbell.
Where? Here we are. We're here.
Here we go. Look at this.
Woohoo.
Here it is. We're just doing a quick command overview. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Great to see you.
This is command overview. So we're just doing command, step-by-step instructions to get started. If you've never logged in, we're just walking through everything.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Keller Williams was kind of a cultural experiment. At the end of the day, I wanted to see if I could build an organization that put people first.
As soon as I heard about the economic model and how they were going to share with all the people that helped build the company, I actually said, this will be the #1 company in the world.
The Y4C2Ts was the first time in my life that I'd seen a company actually express their value system and what they believed in on paper.
We are no longer outsourcing to third-party companies. World-class technology companies don't rent their vision, they own it. The only company on the planet that cares more about your success, it's only Keller Williams.
All right, Gary, I want to start this off with hearing a little bit about your journey.
T-minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We're a family here at Keller Williams, and families hug. With all the reuniting that's going on this week, we want to pass along a few helpful tips to make sure you're ready to hug. Tip number 1, be transparent. You don't want to scare your friend, catch them off guard, or put them on the defense. When going in for a hug, make it clear what you are doing. Tip number 2, show your sincerity. There is nothing worse than a sloppy, half-hearted attempt at a hug. Remember, a hug is a gift, and when you go in for the hug, grip your friend firmly in your arms for at least 2 seconds and mean it. Tip number 3, go with the flow. If you have a bear hugger approaching you, embrace it. Don't force the one-armed half-hug backslap. Nothing says awkward more than trying to turn a bear hug into a halvesies. Now that's it. If you follow these simple tips, you'll be ready for an awesome week filled with hugs. And may I remind you, you gotta give and get 7 hugs a day, or you start to get a little bit weird. So let's all make it a goal to give out 7 hugs every single day. Happy hugging!
A few years ago, we gathered all the smartest people we knew: agents, market centers and regional leaders, technologists, data scientists, and asked them some big questions. What does it look like when technology is simple, smarter, and more human? How can we ensure agents stay at the center of the transaction where their clients want them? How do we accomplish this while eliminating the cost? It's called Command, and it's going to change the way we do business. Start by adding contacts directly, or through a simple voice command with Kelly. All calls, texts, notes, and any other customized fields are synced automatically across all platforms. When you add a new contact to Command, a neighborhood is automatically associated with their address. That way you can share the most pertinent information, such as migration patterns or median home price. Marketing materials have evolved from one-to-many to one-to-one, providing value at the home and neighborhood level for everyone in your database. And with Command, your business is not restricted by IDX. Wherever your clients are, there you are. Another challenge agents identified was the complexity added to the transaction by piecing together different systems connected by spreadsheets. We solved this by ensuring Command aggregated offers, documents, and communications with your client and broker, all in one place. Get a quick overview of your listings, appointments, contracts, closed deals, revenue projections, and customized reporting. Command shines a light on your business so you're never left in the dark. Housed within the Command dashboard is Lead Accelerator, an intelligent marketing tool. Get leads through ROI and AI-optimized ad campaigns across Facebook, Instagram, Google AdWords, Twitter, and an ever-growing list of channels in seconds. And campaigns aren't limited to the digital space. Quickly set up and deploy a modern print marketing campaign to specific homes identified based on your criteria. That means brand awareness grows and leads flow faster with far less spend. And if you think you have to be a computer scientist to take advantage, rest assured, because Command was built hand in hand with agents. It's designed to be used by agents, by you. Simple, smart, human. Command puts you in control of your database, your business, and your future. It's time to take command.
Real estate is about helping people with one of the most fundamental aspects of their lives, home. And you are the expert they turn to. And not just when someone buys or sells, but before, after, and all the little spaces in between. So it can be frustrating when you don't have the time or technology to know when someone needs your help. And when you miss that opportunity, it creates a gap that someone or something else can step into. So let's close that gap and give you the time and technology you need to build high-quality relationships with more people. Let's join forces and demand our technology not replace us, but help us be more human, more present, more everything. Let's take command. Built exclusively by and for Keller Williams agents, Command is your do-it-all, do-it-quickly, people-centric, less stress, more time, end-to-end platform to grow your relationships, your pipeline, and your market share. Whew! Luckily, using it is a lot easier than explaining everything it does, but let's give it a try. Organize, customize, and sync all your contacts. Group them however you want. Know exactly who to reach out to, when, and about the things they really care about. Send personalized neighborhood-centric, just-in-time marketing materials in a snap. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Say, "Hey Kelly," and escape from your desk in the office. Add a new contact, log notes, and sync everything while on the go. Seamlessly and transparently source, send, and manage referrals through one of the world's largest and most profitable referral networks. Deploy an ROI maximized ad campaign across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in like 30 seconds. Integrate the systems and tools you already use every day. Automate paperwork and background tasks. Access real-time revenue projections, end-to-end ROI insights, and goal tracking to get a bird's-eye view of your business. Have more conversations, build more relationships, earn more business. Command empowers you to be a better agent by giving you more time, more value, and more freedom. And best of all, it ensures you and your relationship with your clients remain at the heart of real estate, where you belong.
A few years ago, we gathered all the smartest people we knew: agents, market centers and regional leaders, technologists, data scientists, and asked them some big questions. What does it look like when technology is simple, smarter, and more human? How can we ensure agents stay at the center of the transaction where their clients want them? How do we accomplish this while eliminating the cost? It's called Command, and it's going to change the way we do business. Start by adding contacts directly, or through a simple voice command with Kelly. All calls, texts, notes, and any other customized fields are synced automatically across all platforms. When you add a new contact to Command, a neighborhood is automatically associated with their address. That way you can share the most pertinent information, such as migration patterns or median home price. Marketing materials have evolved from one-to-many to one-to-one, providing value at the home and neighborhood level for everyone in your database. And with Command, your business is not restricted by IDX. Wherever your clients are, there you are. Another challenge agents identified was the complexity added to the transaction by piecing together different systems connected by spreadsheets. We solved this by ensuring Command aggregated offers, documents, and communications with your client and broker, all in one place. Get a quick overview of your listings, appointments, contracts, closed deals, revenue projections, and customized reporting. Command shines a light on your business so you're never left in the dark. Housed within the Command dashboard is Lead Accelerator, an intelligent marketing tool. Get leads through ROI and AI-optimized ad campaigns across Facebook, Instagram, Google AdWords, Twitter, and an ever-growing list of channels in seconds. And campaigns aren't limited to the digital space. Quickly set up and deploy a modern print marketing campaign to specific homes identified based on your criteria. That means brand awareness grows and leads flow faster with far less spend. And if you think you have to be a computer scientist to take advantage, rest assured, because Command was built hand in hand with agents. It's designed to be used by agents, by you. Simple, smart, human. Command puts you in control of your database, your business, and your future. It's time to take command.
first sales meeting of the year. So thank you guys for being here. Is anyone warm? Yes. I was like, maybe it's just me. Okay, Bruce is gonna do it. Okay, so I want to start today off with gratitude. I have, I believe, a $25 gift card, Visa gift card to give away. So, something you're grateful for, thankful for. Who wants to go first? Rose.
I am grateful for my new team members, Justin and Carol.
Who's next? Okay.
I am grateful for a brand new house to live in and connections that all of my friends here have helped me with for painters and construction, and just really helped me get things together.
Awesome. Well, we're glad. Oh, and if you haven't seen the beautiful picture of Katie's new fireplace, it's beautiful. So thank you.
I did, yeah. I'm grateful for starting 2020 Keller Williams. So
Who else? Do you have a card with you?
I don't have new cards yet.
You can use old cards. It's okay. Do you have an old card? Mary?
I'm grateful that
somebody turned my phone in. So yeah, Mary's phone went missing on Friday and then showed back up. So we're grateful that it was returned. We don't know.
Okay, I'll go. I'm grateful for a year of first. So I'm brand new as of a month and a half ago. So it's first. We're also new to the area. Second first, and then my mom's moving here, and in 2 to 3 weeks, 2 weeks, another one, and our church is starting a branch in Hutto, so another first.
Wow.
I am new as well, so I am grateful for such a great team and to have constant motivators and an outside motivator, my first half marathon this weekend.
For those, I was gonna say, for those of you who don't have cards, you can just put your name on the back of mine. Oh, awesome. So you want to do that, so there's, because I'm not taking the paper. Here, put your name on the back of that. Okay, who else? Kim.
I'm grateful for all the new members that we have at Keller Williams. I've been here for 18 years. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah.
For my buyers who will also come.
Yeah. Alright, anyone else?
And I'm grateful because I closed the lease deal.
Yay!
I'm too grateful for starting freshly with Keller Williams. And joining Stacy's team here. It's really great. I'm also grateful that just for this new beginning, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Awesome. Alright, anyone else? Anyone else? Okay.
I'm grateful for my camp starting over January 1st and being halfway to camp by the end of January.
Alright, anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, I need someone, I'll let Chief Diggs.
Don't put me on the spot. They're not gonna like me now. I haven't even spoken yet. Oh, great. Daryl.
Awesome, thanks for sharing. Now, okay, what do I do with the card? Okay. All right, so we want to thank our sponsors today, David Elliott with Olympia and Jessica with PR Horton. So who wants to go first?
I'll go.
We have a jam-packed schedule today, so if you could just hold
Quick
for
and
like
easy.
a couple minutes, that'd be awesome.
Morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Poe, DR Horton. Some of you may know me, some may not. I'm currently at the Lively Ranch subdivision in Georgetown. We're at 29, right past Cimarron Hills. If you have not been there, please come there. It's a must-see community. Trees everywhere. We have 60-foot lots, 50-foot lots, and now we have 70-foot lots in our community. And we're different hybrid than most of our DR Hortons around us. We have 8 packages inside of our homes, wood look tile, upgraded cabinetry, and even our 70-foot series is similar to our Emeralds, if you've been to those in the past. They actually will have frameless showers, 8-foot doors all on the main floor, big back patios back to the parkland, all under $450. And that's all close to about 3,400 square feet is our largest one, with 3-car garage in there too. So come out and see it. I have a list right here. We're AT&T fiber for internet, which is crazy for Georgetown. We're natural gas in our community, and we are Liberty Hill ISD with Georgetown address. So big plus all the way around, and we do have some small investment spots. So we're in the very first phase of our community out of 7, so you're gonna see equity long-term for your investors and for your home buyers over time. But yep, quick, easy, done, come see us. If not, I'll hunt y'all down. And I'm gonna go on to David.
Thank you. I'm going to pass around a couple of things that make something pass. A little bit of information about Olympia, and I appreciate I talked to some of
David,
you.
come here on the X.
On the X. All right. And I'm also, at the end of this deal, I'm going to give away a $25 bunt cake drawing. And you be putting your card in this thing. All right, $25 bunt. All right. I talk about moving, which is not real exciting. But let me show you. Here's a way to get a hold of me. As we pass these things out, this is a little stylus pen. The one thing about the pen, you have to click the clip to get it to work. Some people keep punching and doing this. You just learn how to click this stuff. So if you're nervous, you can start clicking that type of stuff. Also, one of the new things I'm thankful for is the opportunity, because a lot of times movers don't have a lot of ways to help realtors to get with their people. For those who are interested and want to kind of work together on something, I can offer like a $50 referral coupon that if you have a client that's needing to move, and if you want to pass something to them and they call me and I know it's from you, then I can give them a $50 off their move. Typically, if you've got a 3-person move, let's talk about somebody moving locally, normally the rate for 3 people is $155 per hour, there's a 4-hour minimum, plus a $49 fuel surcharge, because these diesel trucks don't run themselves. Oh, you can put in a $50 card, and essentially you can get the fuel part of the comp. Some little benefit that if you want to reach out to your buyers, sellers, or something, say, hey, here's somebody who I partner with that I can help you get your name out. One last thing, I know there's a lot of movers out there. This is exciting. If you leave my car, it's not exciting. That was okay, bad time left. All right. If you forget anything, everything about me, please go on my website, moverguy.com, moverguy.com. Show some pictures of our local Austin crews moving. It also, you'll notice there's a dresser with some legs that's turned upside down, that our crew wrapped those, specifically took care of my wife's very precious to her dresser. And so everybody, so if it's important to her, it's important to me, it's important to our crews because it's important to her. Because when I lay my head down on a pillow, I don't want to hear gang, 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 you messed up my dresser. So help me help you, moverguy.com. Alrighty, any questions, get with me and I can work with you and help you out on some of those things. I appreciate it. I can't tell time, so it's probably been 2 minutes.
Probably. All right, thank you, David.
Do we want?
Yeah. We're gonna. Where's the thingamajig?
Okay.
You want to draw?
That's for champagne. Everybody got a card in?
That wants a card in?
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it and you're gonna draw it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you made somebody else mad before. Let's get 2 people mad at you.
Okay, it's on the back.
Okay, it's on the
Because
back.
that's
You're not.
Yeah.
Stacy.
Awesome.
You got a bunt. Use your bunt wisely. Don't trip over your butt. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for lunch and thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Moverguy.com. Holler at me.
All right. Okay, so now we're at the guest. Do we have any guests in the room? All right. You want to stand up and introduce yourself? What's up? Good morning, everybody. My name is Joanna Simmons. I'm with ATF Construction. We are a commercial and residential remodeling and construction company.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Scott Vinegar with Big Star Smart Home Security. We installing a program on monitor security alarm systems and cameras. This time of season, a lot of break-ins happen right before Super Bowl kickoff. So we're just asking everybody to introduce all your buyers to the guys who will turn your starter home into a smarter home and your forever home into a clever home.
Any other guests? I feel like I like working the table. All right, no more bets. All right. Okay. Training calendar. You ready, Bruce? Yep. Okay. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, we're going to kwroundrock.com.
Yeah.
It's our website for our office. It has anything and everything that you're looking for, including a way that if you need assistance, you can ask for help. And when you ask for help, even if you select that you need Bruce's help, it goes to all of us so that we can, whoever is available can jump on that. So, okay. So today is the 14th. Okay. So right after the meeting at 12:30, there's no homes on tour, right? Correct. Right, no homes on tour, so no property tour. From 1 to 3, we have a contracts class here in this room. So if you need a refresher or you just want to come listen to all about contracts, then be here. Tonight at 4:30, I have new agent training. So this is particularly geared towards our part-time agents. However, I know for some agents, it's easier to get here in the evening than it is during the day, or maybe you've been with clients during the day. So we're going to actually do a sneak peek of the new Ignite. We're going to start that this evening, which will launch in February. So I'm super excited about that. It's in the labs process, similar to what Bold was. And then tonight at 5 is phone duty sign up. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we're going to have a for sale by owner expired class in here with Nevada. So if that's something that you're interested in, calling for sale by owners and expireds, if you have no idea what that is, then just come find out. And at 10:30, Bruce is going to go over command opportunities. And then tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, our operating principal, Steve Schluter, will be here to teach wealth building. So he's going to talk a little bit about profit share. He's going to kind of give you additional tools to help you grow your business. And then at 5 o'clock, Dustin is going to be teaching his evening marketing class. So if you need some marketing assistance or you're ready to start a marketing plan, then show up for, he's really good at showing you how to utilize the tools in Command. And then on Thursday morning at 10, Jody is going to be here. She is, I think she said 95% of her business comes from open houses. She's really a good open house converter, a conversion queen, if you will. So if you're interested in getting your conversion and open houses up, that would be a great class to come to. And then Bruce will be here Thursday night to help any agents that need help with their tech. And then on Friday, Bruce, again at 10 o'clock in the morning with more command. And then I'll be teaching 0 to 2 transactions on Friday at 1. So if you haven't done any business or you've done a couple transactions, 1 or 2, come to group coaching and we're going to help try to get that number up. And then, is there anything? There's nothing on Saturday. Can you skip to Monday? Monday is a holiday, so the office will be closed, but that doesn't mean aren't working, right? It just means that there won't be any staff here on Monday. We are available by phone, though, so just know that if you need help, you can call us, text us, email us. And then that's it. That's it for now. All right, cool. All right, take us away.
Technical difficulty.
Well,
now can you switch?
Okay. All right. So anybody have any buyer needs that they're having problems finding? Any buyer needs? Okay. And
I'm looking in 200, 225. I have 2 investors. 1 story, Georgetown. I have seen everything on MLS. Georgetown, Liberty Hill, and Cedar Park.
Okay. 2 to 225, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have a buyer need?
Yes, I need a unicorn house. It's actually for my sister. I need a house that's no more than 200,000. It could be a townhouse. It could be a half a duplex, a
house, Round Rock, Georgetown, Gerald. I know that you can find a lot of stuff in Gerald, although she does prefer to be in Georgetown or Round Rock. She doesn't mind having some repairs to do, just nothing with, you know, roof or foundation or things like that. She's ready now to buy, so if you guys hear of anything, let me know.
Anybody else have a buyer need? Any new listings? New listings?
Yeah, got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got one in Terra Vista coming up. It'll be live likely Friday afternoon. We'll have open house Saturday and Sunday. On the golf course, 3,400 square feet, priced at $407, but it is perfect. Media room with a projector, all the bells and whistles, and it really is beautiful. So there we go, 4203 in Godina, Texas.
Backyard?
On the golf course, faces the golf course, so it's quite nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it short though?
No, it's actually a very decent
Okay.
backyard. And a double patio with an outdoor kitchen. Yeah, it's a great house.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other new listings? Carolina?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna have actually 3 new listings. I'm gonna have one on Mayfield Ranch next week. It's gonna be 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. Starting price is gonna be between $325 to $350. We're not there yet, but that's the average. The other house that we're gonna have is a brand new construction in Gerald, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. It's right on the east side of I-35, and that's gonna start at $255. And I have, can I say the listings that I have in Georgetown? I do have a 1-story in Georgetown on La Cantera. Is corner lot. We have 2 master suites, and house is beautiful. Square footage is about 2,700. We have it priced at $325. So if you know anyone looking in La Cantera, Georgetown, please talk to me about it. And I also have another one in University Park that is a 2-story, and it's all bedrooms up, and it's listed at $230, built in 2007.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other new listings? Yes.
Yeah, my property in Crystal Knoll Terrace in Georgetown is a lease listing now, $1425 a month, which is pretty attractive for something that's 1,300 square feet, and not just a half duplex. And it's 1,300 square feet, 4 bedrooms. So if you want an affordable house with 4 bedrooms, it pretty much stands by itself. And as I said, so ready to move in. Probably GDA will do, last minute cleaning on it, because it's basically ready to go. And so, ready to buy, take a look at it.
What was the price? What was the price?
$1425.
For a 4-bedroom and
4-bedroom, 1,300 square feet, single story, obviously.
Thank you. All right, Amanda.
I have a lease in Laurel Ridge, 1,880 square foot. They're only $1,695 for it. It's a 3-2. The master has a sitting room off of it. It's been completely redone. New paint, new kitchen, new cabinet, painted cabinets. So everything looks nice. Hardwood or hard surface floor throughout. Has a nice extended patio on the back.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else? All right, so a couple of things I just want to point out for WC Realtors, which is your board. Some of you may be members of the Austin board. I know it's all very confusing. There's 2 boards. There's a Williamson County board, there's the Austin board, there's the Austin MLS, and Central Texas MLS. But Williamson County board is the board that's 2 doors down from us. I'm the president-elect of that board, and so what I'm really trying to do is to get our office engaged in there. And so for most of you, I probably talked to you when you were coming in about signing up for a committee. It's not a lot of a commitment. It's like a 1 meeting a month. If you're on community service or something like that, there may be a little kind of extra stuff that you would do, but I'm just asking everyone to just sign up for a committee. Leave your paper at the desk or put it up here. I'm going to be there on Thursday, and I'm happy to hand deliver those. What you should expect is that you would get an email from the committee chair of that committee, because those chairs have already been selected for 2020. And then I know we can't always make everything, so you're not expected to be at every single committee meeting, but It's a great way to network with other agents, get to know what's going on. So that's my ask for you guys to join a committee at the board. And then also coming up, their next big event is the Super Bowl of Builders. It's February 4th. It's at the Dell Diamond, the United Heritage Center. So it's an opportunity for you to visit with all the builders in the area. They all have booths there, and of course there's vendors there as well. So it is, I don't have the time on here, but it's typically from like 10 to 4. So it's a come and go thing, obviously. Come in, they got a bunch of swag. So anyway, so a great opportunity for you to get to know the builders in the area. Okay. All right, so now we want to celebrate our CAPers. This is our first meeting of 2020. We only had one meeting in December because of the holidays, and so we're recognizing agents from November and December here in January. So we want to congratulate Diana for capping. And Veronica. And we don't have a picture of Megan. Megan Anderson, you never see her, just so you know. She's never in the office, but she's out there working apparently. So, Vince Burgess, also a cap. And Thomas Walker. So, yeah. And then we wanted to recognize our new agents for November and December. Some of them we don't have pictures, just so you know. Abby, he goes by Abby. He's actually on Casey Whetstone's team. From what I understand, he's like the general manager at the Marriott here in Round Rock. So he's probably a good guy to know. And then Elton Huff is new to us as well. Stacy. Welcome, Stacy. Kelly's new. Shree. So he's a part-time agent. He just recently transplanted here from Iowa, so he's trying to learn how we do things in Texas. And then Sebastian and Bailey and Danny, who's not in the room right now. He was here earlier. I think he had to run to an appointment. And Mark Lottie. Mark actually lives in Temple, but he's wanting to do business here in Round Rock. And Jody, who will be teaching our open house class. And Shay, and Nicole. Nicole is actually, she goes by Nikki, and she is the new marketing manager for Casey Jorgensen's team. Erin, who lives in Florence. Carol, who's in the room. Yay. Kristen, right here. Yay. Welcome. All right, and now what you've all been waiting for. Yeah.
Can I introduce Justin
Sure.
a little bit better?
Yeah.
So this is Justin Lockhart. He is fairly new to the area. You're from, maybe you should talk. You tell us. Introduce yourself,
Yeah.
Justin.
I moved down here about 4 years ago, but I got into real estate almost 3 years ago, but there was a little delay. I launched on the Army Reserve, and I got deployed to DC, so it wasn't too bad. But while I was there, I got my Virginia license, and I was doing stuff there in my off time. So I came back about a year and a half ago, hooked up with Rose. Her husband and I worked with Awesome PD, so that's my full-time gig, trying to slowly get away from that one day. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. All right. So I'm gonna attempt to introduce Chief Banks. So I don't know how many of you know him, but I recently just graduated from the Round Rock Citizens Police Academy, and it was a great experience. Yeah, and I don't know, you might not know the answer to this. Are they still accepting applications?
Still accepting applications.
Okay. So I posted the link on our Facebook page. So if you scroll back, or if that's something that you are interested in, I highly recommend it. It was a great experience. Instead of like freaking out, every time I see a cop, I'm like, oh, that's cool. So, but anyway, I'm gonna let him. This is a little bio of Chief, but I'm gonna let him take it away, and y'all be able to ask questions. So, awesome, thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Normally I have a PowerPoint. PowerPoint's about an hour long, so I don't know how much time do I have.
A half hour.
Half hour? Who said 2 hours? You know what? I already got something for you.
As long as you need it.
That's what I'm talking about. So when I go home, I get to tell my wife, she's going to say, how did it go? I'm going to say, you know what, it's standing room only. So I appreciate that. That's absolutely awesome. So as Michelle introduced, my name is Alan Banks. I'm the Chief of Police here in Round Rock. Is everybody here a Round Rock resident? Who's not a Round Rock resident? Awesome, and that's good. The reason is because we work very well with our surrounding communities. We meet, the chiefs of police, we meet quarterly. We sit down and we talk about the issues that go on in each one of our respective areas. Ironically, you'd be surprised that what happens here in Round Rock, we have the same type of crimes that happen in Georgetown and Liberty Hill and Hutto and Pflugerville. What we all say is, if we can just put up a wall between us and Austin, we'd all be that much better. They make Austin pay for it. That's not a political statement, it's a joke, so nobody thinks that. I'm running around trying to make America great again. No, I'm just trying to be a cop, period. So no political statement. I've been doing this profession now for 28 years. I started back in 1991, 92 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Started as a cadet and worked my way up all the way to interim chief of police, and I retired out of Albuquerque in 2014. God brought me over here to Round Rock in March of 2014, so I'm getting ready to start my 6th year here in Round Rock. Absolutely, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey for me. Married, have 3 kids. My oldest, my daughter's 22. I have a 21-year-old son who just moved out of the house. Yay for me, sad for mom. And a 15-year-old son that's going to Stony Point High School right now. My daughter is studying communication disorders. My 21-year-old son is doing cybersecurity, and my 15-year-old, he's looking toward law enforcement right now. His mom doesn't like it. I'm like, yes, but we'll see where he wants to go. He's really into computers. He loves programming. He wants to program software and video games. So we'll see where that takes us. So getting excited to be here. Why am I coming to talk to you? First and foremost, what's the biggest question that your clients probably ask you? Is it safe? Where do you send them? You can be honest, you send them to me and make me deal with all your clients. No. Yeah, and so that's the biggest question that people ask moving into the area. Is it safe? Where are the safe areas? Where are the bad areas? And so that's where we always come into play, and we tell them what's good and what's bad. So that's another reason I'm here to talk. One is so you understand and know who your police department is, whether you live in Round Rock or not, because every single one of us, every single chief has a great department. So I get to talk about law enforcement. 2 is where do you need to go, where do you send your clients to if they want to know about if it's a safe area, if it's not a safe area, and so on and so forth. So we'll get into that. Feel free to ask me questions as I speak here this morning. Interrupt me, and it's okay. There is no dumb question. The dumb questions are the questions that I tell you is dumb question. So I'm just kidding. It's the ones you don't ask. If you don't ask the question, then you're gonna walk out of here and you're not gonna get that answer, and you're gonna continue to wonder about that later on. So please ask the question at any time. So when I got here in 2014, everywhere I drove was cornfields, beautiful cornfields. Stoplights there weren't a whole lot of stoplights. 6 years later, you can't find a cornfield in this area. Very rare, 1 or 2 maybe, but every intersection has a stoplight. I used to be able to drive down Sunrise and only run into 2 lights before I got down to my office. Now it seems like every corner is a stoplight. So when there's stoplights at every corner, there's buildings going up in every single intersection. It brings in all the traffic and all the people. Well, what happens as a result of that? You're looking at crime problems because they're bringing a lot more people in. You stop at every light, you're trying to get to work and you're late, and you're stopping at every red light because we seem to have that bad luck, right? What does that lead to? Road rage. Absolutely, road rage. Drives the crime up. We're dealing with that road rage. So our job in law enforcement is that we're trying to tackle all those issues, and we're dealing with all other city departments to see how we can make Round Rock a safer community. So in 2019, what we saw was that we worked very, very hard with the public, and we sat and we talked with different community groups. We asked them what the problems were, what the issues were, how we can help, how we can partner with these community groups. And what we found out is they wanted to be our eyes and ears. We wanted them to be our eyes and ears as well. And so we were getting a lot of people that were coming together and helping us solve crime problems in their neighborhood and their areas. Crime was down almost 10% all the way around in 2019 in Round Rock. We continually see a trend, a drop in crime over the last 3 to 4 years. So we're actually ecstatic about that. We're continuing to bring that down. well, you give yourselves a hand because it's about that partnership. Round Rock Police Department has allotted 179 police officers. When I got here in 2014, we had 153. As this city grows, we have to grow as a police department. Every city department has to grow. Why? Because it's about customer service, about taking care of you. When you dial 911 or non-emergency number and you need emergency services right away, you expect to have those emergency services immediately. And so we want to be there for you in a quick amount of time. That's why we continue to build up our department. So 179 officers, our motto is CHIP, C-H-I-P, and that is our core values of our department. Why CHIP? Well, what I tell our officers and our civilian employees is that chip on your shoulder, everybody has one. You got to change that chip that's on your shoulder. I don't want it to be negative. I need it to be positive because we're working for this community, working with this community. If you go out and you have that negative chip on your shoulder and said it's not going to work well, your day's going to be bad, and then what happens? We get complaints. So that CHIP stands for community. You make it a positive chip. Sorry, Seth Flowers, if anybody knows Seth Flowers. He's number one on America's Most Wanted list. So I'm glad he's turned himself in today. So the C in CHIP stands for community. We will always keep that community first. We have to take care of our community. We have to work hand in hand with our community. It's not us versus you, it's not you versus us, it's all of us together. And if we work that way, our community will be that much stronger. That H is honor. We have to honor the profession, honor what we're doing each and every day for you. If you don't have any trust or belief or faith in us as law enforcement, then why are we here and why are we doing this job? It just makes our job that much harder, and then your life and your quality of life isn't where it needs to be. That I in integrity, it means being transparent. It means being open about every and anything that we do. If we cause an issue, we need to stand up and say we did it. That P is pride. We don't stick our chests out and say we have this badge and this gun and we're better than anybody else. It means that we're proud of our profession, proud of what we're doing, and proud to work for the city of Round Rock and proud to work in law enforcement. So each and every one of my employees, that core values CHIP, they know exactly what that stands for. We have it written in all over our police department. They will recite it to you if you ask them. That's our motto. We stand on that because we work with you and for you. It's not against you. We want to be that flagship police department that other departments are looking at and saying, we want to be like the Round Rock Police Department. What they're doing, we need to do because it'll make our city that much better. We do over 550 community events a year. We have great partners, volunteers. We have about 200 volunteers in our police department that go out and help us. We do anything from kids ID to helping our elders with whatever they need. One of our programs is a telephone assurance program. We call our elderly folks that are on our list every single morning, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Make sure they answer the phone. If they answer the phone, this is Officer such and such or volunteer. Call and check on you. Are you good? Yes. Okay, we hang up or we'll talk to you tomorrow. If they do not respond, we will send an officer to that house. We have lock boxes outside the door. We'll use that lock box so we don't have to kick in the door or break a window. We'll go into that house and make sure that Miss Jones is okay. The only problem we have with this program is sometimes Miss Jones gets lonely. And so when we call Miss Jones, she don't answer her phone. She knows we're calling her. And we send our highly fit, very cute officers to her house. And they enjoy a great breakfast with Miss Jones. There's days that we have to call the caretakers for Miss Jones and say she needs to answer her phone. But different programs, we have about 100 different programs that we run for our community, from infants all the way to our elderly. And so when your clients come and they're looking for a safe community and what does this community have to offer, there's a lot of things that you can go on our website and look at and say, this is what the Round Rock Police Department offers, this is what they're doing to try to keep our community safe. This is why they work in partnership with you to make sure that your quality of life while moving to Round Rock or living here in Round Rock is as high as it possibly can be. It's because of those relationships. We work very well again with the rest of our departments. We work well with Parks and Recreation, Water Department, Sewer, all of our other departments we work well with. Seth Flowers ironically shows up now following me. I think he's stalking me, but he's part of Round Rock Police Foundation, They're a foundation for the police department that actually helps fundraise and give us money so we can do programs to help Miss Jones who can't afford it. We do other programs to help youngsters, young kids. Junior Police Academy is an example. As Michelle was talking about Citizens Police Academy for adults, we do the same thing for children. Every summer we do a 6-week course in which the kids can come and be a part of the police department. They'll hang out with officers, we'll take them on field trips, we'll let them play around at the police department, we talking about discipline, so on and so forth. It's staying interactive with our kids. And again, it's about any and everything that we can do to make sure the quality of life here in Round Rock is as high as it possibly can be. So when your clients ask you, what do you think about the police department? You're gonna say, one, best chief ever. The second is we are involved with our community. And we want to strive to keep it that way. I have some other things to talk about. What questions? I know I talk very fast and I have a short amount of time, so questions up to this point.
Can you tell us about an award that you guys recently won?
Which one?
Oh.
I'm not. Hey. Don't make me pull out the taser.
Shoot me.
A national award because of something that you do where people can come.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So I didn't mean that as braggadocious, and I apologize. Is we try to work very hard at our craft and what we do. Law enforcement isn't always about taking someone to jail, putting them in handcuffs, taking them to jail. That's not what it's about. Law enforcement is about educating, and our whole goal is we can educate our community. That'll help reduce some of the crime problems as well. So what we've done for the last 3 years is called Operation Front Porch. So Operation Front Porch is what we decided to do is, hey, send your Christmas packages, your Christmas gifts that you ordered online, send them to the police department as opposed to having them delivered to your front porch at your house. Why? Because it's an opportunity for a criminal to come and steal those packages. They steal those packages, now I gotta send an officer out there to take a report on your $25 coffee maker that you were gonna send over to your sister. And now that officer's tied up. Well, in the meantime, I have an aggravated robbery or somebody that's getting dumped somewhere else, and that officer's tied up taking a report on that $25 coffee maker. So now your packages are delivered to the police department. That officer is free to take those higher priority calls for service. And everybody's happy, Christmas is great, didn't lose any packages. And so the International Association of Chiefs of Police awarded us a national award for our initiative in that program. And so when I say which award, we actually have a video tech in our department and a public information officer. They created a public service announcement. That public service announcement was, hey, we have something to give you or sell you. You have them already, they're locks. Use your locks, you lock your door. That'll help prevent or deter burglaries of your vehicle. So that was presented and that won an Emmy Award. So he actually won an Emmy Award for putting that PSA together. So wow. We did, we're an Emmy Award winning police department as well. It's yeah, it's pretty cool. He got his name called. He got to walk on stage, all that good stuff. So it's so different initiatives, different things that we're trying to do again to help make Round Rock a very, very safe community. And I think it's important that we get the information out is that we're not here. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your background, your race, your color, your creed. It doesn't matter. We're all here doing this together, and we have to be one community together. Yes, ma'am. I see you sporting LSU.
You know
I see you sporting LSU. I see
I
it.
just paid my baby's pee bill yesterday. So.
Congratulations.
Yes. So the Police Academy, the junior, I've had several friends that have had kids that went through that program, and I know that your officers are, of course, supposed to be on the streets and doing their job, but I know that's a hard program to get into. Have y'all expanded that to do another 6 weeks, or is it just still the 6 weeks? Because that's one thing, if you're wanting a kid to get into that program, it's a great program, but it's very, you gotta get them on that first day, that first hour, it's booked.
It goes in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
As soon as we open the
booked.
registration, it's gone. And we try not to do repeat cadet. So your very first question, or what you said, is we want to keep officers out in the street.
Right.
So what I did is we have school resource officers. Our school resource officers are in the schools. The schools pay for them 9 months out of the year, 9 out of 12 months. those 3 months, they come back to the police department, and what was happening is those officers would leave the schools and dealing with kids from the age of kindergarten all the way up to senior. Then they go on the street and they deal with that criminal, that repeat offender, that hardened criminal, and they have to change their mindset from dealing with kids now to this adult that has that criminal mind. I don't like that process. If you're going to deal with the kids, you need to deal with the kids, and your mindset should always be focused on that juvenile and that kid and taking care of that our students. So what I did is I wouldn't allow them to go to the streets. We started the Junior Police Academy, so now they're with our kids 12 months out of the year. So they go from the schools straight to the police department, run that program. The program ends, they go right back to the schools. And so I never allow them to go out in the streets and deal with the adults. They have to always deal with the kids. And then the school resource program is a whole different other program that's going on, an issue that we're dealing with right now. So we can't expand it because we can only do it during that certain amount of time, and that's the summertime. And
I just want to let them know that if they're one of their kids and they need to get in at that first couple minutes.
So we started with 25 kids per camp, 1 week per camp. We have expanded it to 35, and now this year I think we're going to expand it to 40 because we know that folks are trying to get in. The minute we open up that registration, it closes within 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What's the age?
8 to 14. 8 years old to 14 years old. And we'll put 8 to 10-year-olds together. We'll put 11, 12-year-olds together, and then 13 and 14-year-olds. Your 8-year-old will not be with your 14-year-old. We'll break them down so they're within their own age group as well. What other questions was that?
How long does that program last?
It's a 6-week program, but they're in that camp for 1 week. They graduate after 1 week, and we bring in the next group in. And then we close it off with the back-to-school celebration. Back-to-school celebration is we bring all the families together at Dell Diamond. We have a great time. They get free physicals, wellness checks, eye checks. They'll even get free eyeglasses. We serve them food, lunch. They get to, depending on Dell Diamond, their mood that year, they'll get an opportunity to go out and play on the field with some of the baseball players, so on and so forth. Last year we had 13,000 people that came through the door. What else? Yes, sir.
About school resource officers, which you mentioned. My understanding is the Round Rock ISD is kind of in a transitional state with that now. I know there are some Williamson County sheriffs that are helping a few campuses, but this is the last year of Commissioner's Court has cut that off as of the end of 2020.
Next year.
Next year.
2020.
Hey, he's asking me, Seth, not you.
Don't tase me.
Yeah, let's tase him. And so there's been some talk that the ISD might form its own, basically, police department for resource officers, or they might tap Round Rock Police Department. So, what do you think's happening here?
So that's what I was talking about. There's some other issues that's going on with the ISD, and I'll make it super quick because it is a very long and it's a crazy story that's going on. So thank you for that question. I appreciate it. Back in March of 2014, I went to the superintendent. I did tell the superintendent after observing the schools for a period of 2 years, I cannot honestly go out to the public and tell our parents that your schools are safe. I can't do that. I won't do that. I said, I can't sleep at night if I would go out and say, hey, you know what, our SRO's got this. There's 55 schools in the district and 3 different agencies. I'm at jurisdiction. So 55 schools in 3 different jurisdictions. So you had Round Rock Police Department, we have 25 schools. You have Williamson County Police Department, Williamson County Sheriff's Department, and you had Austin Community College. We're all covering 55 different schools in 3 different jurisdictions. So what I told them was, I have 12 officers covering 25 schools. 2 of those officers were sergeants. That leaves 10 officers. So if those sergeants are out doing administrative duties, then that only leaves us covering 10 schools. And so I didn't have officers in every single school. I don't have any officers in elementary school. And so if something were to happen, we had an active shooter or something of that nature, there's a delay in response. And so I told them I can't sit there and tell parents that their schools are safe. It's not fair. The other problem is you got 3 different chiefs, right? You got the sheriff, you got myself, and you got the ACC chief who's not even housed here in Round Rock or in this area. And so, and then you have the superintendent. So you have 4 decision makers on what's going on in the safety and security of those schools. And I said, that leads to another problem. I said, so how Williamson County is doing business is different than what we're doing business, and how ACC is doing business is different than the rest of us are doing business. It needs to be under one umbrella, and you guys need to consider who's that going to be. I told them because the city is growing, there's a little place called Kalahari. It's a little tiny place right over here called Kalahari. And then we have a Nutty Brown come in, and then there's some other big, huge manufacturer, big businesses that are coming. I said, I don't have the resources to continue to cover the schools. I cannot do 55 schools if you go with one entity. I can't do it. You need to decide on what you're going to do. My suggestion to you would be one police department, and you guys create your own police department. So as a result of that, this whole thing, the politics have been in play. Like, is it going to be Williamson County? Is it going to be their own police department? And so it's been going on since 2014. They just recently decided that they're going to start trying to work on doing their own police department. So the goal is for them to do their own police department. I gave them to the end of school year 2021, and so that gives them 1 year to finish out and hopefully get a chief selected. So, but in all honesty and transparency, I'm not going to sit there and say the kids are safe in the school when you don't have every single school covered by law enforcement. The other problem is when you talk about school resource officers, our resource officers are not there for the discipline purpose of a child. They're there as a resource. They're there to be a mentor, a coach, a buddy, a friend, and to help them succeed. They're not there to throw handcuffs on a young child and put them through that school to prison pipeline. That's not what we're there for. We're there as a resource, which is that second letter in that SRO program, school resource officer. It's not school enforcement officer. And so trying to make them understand that and go that direction has been very difficult. Yes, sir.
Is it normal for most ISDs to have an officer covering every school?
It just depends on the district. It just depends on. There should be, if you're gonna have a program, you should have an officer in at least one officer. And one is safety and security, and two is as a resource and to be there. We have to start, and I always talk about our young kids, especially in the JPA. They are investments. They are the ones who are going to take over the city in 5, 10, 15 years. And so if we don't invest in them now and take care of them now and get them going in the right direction, that's going to make my job harder in 5 and 10, 15 years. Those are the kids that I'm going to be chasing around this town, trying to get them out of trouble. And that's why we invest now. Because I want somebody, I know in the 3rd grade I want to be a police officer. I hope somebody says, you know what, Chief Banks came and talked to me when I was in the 3rd grade, and that's why I'm where I'm at right now. And that's important. Yes, sir.
If there's something that we can do to help the city or your department, what could citizens do that you really need?
Do you have your credit card checkbook on?
Oh,
see that I'm joking. It's not always the money man's over here.
I will take your check right out of the police foundation.
What's important is being involved and being active. It's like Michelle said, she went to the CPA, Citizens Police Academy. Go spend the time to learn about your police department. Learn what we do and why we do it. Because once you get involved, you can go out and be our ambassadors out in the street. You can talk if there's an issue or problem. You'll know who to go talk to and who to go see or where to direct them to. Because it's not always us. I call ourselves the default police. You know, the trash can's tipped over because of the wind. Who do you call? 911. Call the police. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. We just had one the other day. We had a conversation. Neighbor on one side decided that he wanted a wooden fence, so he put up 3 sides of a wooden fence. Neighbor on this other side didn't want to participate. So he said, you know what, your fence is terrible. I will put up a fence on this side. Well, when they started putting up the fence, one of his slats fell. So what they did is they just put a new slat on there. He called the police. So what did they have to do? They had to take the new slat off and put the old one back up there and nail it. Silly stuff like that. It happens. It happens. Oh, you guys come hang out with me for a day. Come hang out with me for a day. You'll scratch your head. Huh?
I've tried.
No, besides you. What's the biggest problem you think that we have? Crime problem. What's the biggest crime problem you think we have in Round Rock? I wouldn't even say in Round Rock. You have in Central Texas. There's a specific word. Yes, ma'am.
We need classes to teach adults how to be better citizens.
So, I'll get to that point, so hold that thought, okay? What do you think is the biggest crime problem that we have? You guys are right on it. That's not a crime problem, but yes. What's that? Mental health. Okay, hold on to that.
Car breaking?
Car breaking. So you guys are all right on perfect. Property crimes. Property crimes, which is all that theft, car break-ins, burglary. That's the biggest problem that we're having right now. And so when you talk to your clients, your friends, your family, one of the things, the very first thing is don't leave your valuables out so other people can see them. If you think you stick your purse under your seat, your car seat while you're running to the store, it's not safe at all. If you carry firearms inside of your vehicle, they are not safe if they are not in a locked box or safe inside your vehicle. We had 88 guns stolen out of cars last year. 88 guns stolen out of cars last year. Texas is a gun carrying state. People know that. Our biggest, we actually get folks coming in from Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. They'll come in, they'll hit some smaller towns around Austin, and then once they're done, they'll head back to their respective cities. Why they come out here? Because they saturated their cities already, so now they're starting to hit the smaller areas. And those are the folks that we're continually fighting and trying to keep out of here. So help yourselves. Don't make yourself the victim. So lock your car doors. Don't leave your garage doors open when you're cutting the grass in the backyard. Don't leave valuables sitting in there inside your vehicles, etc. So, tell me what you said earlier. No, my mental health coming.
We need classes to teach
Thank you.
these adults how to be better citizens.
Pet peeve. This is my pet peeve. If a child is acting up, crying, running around crazy or whatever, that parent grabs that child and they see a police officer, what's the first thing they tell that child?
I'm gonna have them arrested.
I'm gonna tell that officer to take you to jail or deal with you. My pet peeve. So my response when I hear that is God's honest truth, and I'll tell that little kid, you're okay. What I'm gonna do is send your mom or your dad to parenting classes, because obviously I don't know how to do that. It's not on the kid, it's the parent. And the majority of the problems that we see is people make up excuses of why they're the way they are because of their growing up, their home life. And I didn't have a dad, or I didn't have a mom, or I didn't have that. Come sit with me, I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you how I grew up, where I grew up, and what I had to go through my life. And I can stand in front of you here today as a chief and be very proud. I don't regret anything that happened in my life. It is what it is. I think it made me a better man, father, and definitely a good chief. Yes, ma'am.
I think too, Jim, that we want our kids to be able to grow up and respect y'all, not fear y'all. And then when parents do that, it almost puts a fear into the kids.
It's just like prejudice, right? You're not born prejudiced, you're taught prejudice. And it's the same thing. You're teaching your kids to be afraid or to hate law enforcement. And that's why we're out in the community and we do 550 different events. We get involved in our kids. We open up programs like APA and CPA. Is because we want those kids to understand, and going back to school resource officers, the resource is we want kids to understand that we're not the enemy. We are here for them. And the biggest thing that I want to do is recruit and get some great people inside of our department. And where do we start? We start with our youngsters and get them, get that passion, get that fire in their hearts to do this, because this is a noble profession regardless of what social media wants to tell you and mainstream media wants to tell you. What I call this keyboard courage. So you talk about mental health real quick, because I know my time's coming up, is mental health is a big, big problem for us as well. Why is it? Because you're getting a lot of PTSD and you're getting addiction that comes out of it or as a result of it. PTSD because a lot of our military folks are coming back and then they're trying to reintegrate back into society, and there's not a lot of help for our military folks. So we're trying to reach out to resources and get them help within our community. So there's several programs around here that deal with mental health issues. Our job is, and our goal is not to put them in jail when they're in a crisis. It doesn't do them any good. They're in jail for 10, 15, 20 days. They get the medication that they need. They get released from jail. Now they no longer have the medication. And so what happens? We get back in that same cycle. And so we're working very well with different organizations and businesses around here to help us with our mental health. But mental health is starting to be a big, big problem in our Central Texas area. Yes, ma'am.
I have something to say about that. One of my sons, very friends in school, out of Henderson High School. There's a lot of mental health going on in that school right now. Don't know why, but he had an issue with his girlfriend. They were fighting that night.
my son and two other friends were on the call when that happened. And the kid said, hey, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go jump a bridge. I probably know about that call. He hung up, and my son decided, we were a couple blocks, he decided to go check on him, and he found him getting in his car, followed him, chased him through 45. My son decided to call the police, and he went to Louisville Police Department, worked together, saved that kid's life. Knowing there were no charges pressed, I did went in there because I tracked my son on his phone and found you guys here in Roanoke, and you guys took great care of that kid. He's fine. It was an isolated event. It was just a thing of, hey, school, my girlfriend doesn't wanna, I wanna break up with her, she doesn't wanna do it. I'm gonna end this right now. You know, parents didn't even know. It was an isolated event, but you guys did great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Great affirmation. And it's what it's about, is taking care of our community. As I said, handcuffs don't always have to go on. Sometimes somebody just needs you to sit with them and hear them. And I tell our officers and our civilian employees, sometimes the ears are stronger than anything else you can do. Just sit and listen to people. They just want to talk. And then we need to decide how to get them help. So going back to our police department, we're a full service police department, 24 hours, 7 days a week. We have our own communications. So if you need us at any time, please call us and reach out to us. We're here both on the civilian side and the sworn side, the officer side. So how many years have I been in law enforcement? Somebody raise their hand and tell me.
20 years.
What happened to raise your hand? Phone charger.
Okay.
How many kids do I have?
3. What happened to raise your hand?
Okay. We gotta play Simon Says. What city did I originate from or start from? Hold on, I know the original. Yes, ma'am. How many years did I do there before I retired?
21.
No, ma'am.
20. Oh.
She said 22. I got one more. Who was rooting for LSU to lose last night? Actually, I knew they were going to win. They're a very good team. Very, very good team. So, biggest crime problem in Round Rock that we can help fix and deter? Property crime. Good catch. So, you guys can write this down if you want. My phone number, 512-218. That is to my office. So is there anything I can do for you, help you, or answer any questions? Feel free to give me a call. The next number, 512-987, is my cell phone number. Feel free to call me if you need anything. Please don't call me just to say that, you know, your trash can blew over or anything like that. The other thing you're gonna do, and I ask you to do, is if you are gonna reach out to me, preferably call my office first, then call my cell. Send me a text first, because if your number is not in my contacts, I will not answer it. I'll wait for a message to pop up, so then I'll know who it is. Solicitors and crazy people. So thank you for. I'm sorry. So the other thing before I turn it back over to Michelle is I don't want you to leave in here thinking that we have a bad relationship with our ISD. I have a tremendous relationship with the ISD. Superintendent and I are very, very good friends. No animosity, nothing like that. We know it's business when it comes to the school resource officer program. So we still work very well together. We still have SROs in the school. They're a great entity. My kids, two of them graduated from Stony Point. My other one's in Stony Point High School. So don't think that they're a bad district. They're not. They're actually a great district, and we just want to make it that much better. So with that, thank you for the opportunity to come and speak to you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate. Thank you.
One of the secrets to great success is to change your perspective on failure. Everyone experiences failures before they ultimately succeed. Some let their failures stop them. Some keep trying. You'll probably have to fail a few times before you get it right. Success is not about avoiding failure. Failure is about avoiding failure. Success is about trying. Fail fast, fail forward, fail often.
You guys can't see, but I have the one and only Gary Keller behind me and Seth Campbell.
Where? Here we are. We're here.
Here we go. Look at this. Here it is. We're just doing a quick command overview. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Great to see you.
This is command overview. So we're just doing commands, step-by-step instructions to get started. If you've never logged in, we're just walking through everything.
Perfect.
So yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Keller Williams was kind of a cultural experiment. At the end of the day, I wanted to see if I could build an organization that put people first.
As soon as I heard about the economic model and how they were going to share with all the people that helped build the company, I actually said, this will be the #1 company in the world. The Y4C 2Ts was the first time in my life that I'd seen a company actually express their value system and what they believed in on paper.
We are no longer outsourcing to third-party companies. World-class technology companies don't rent their vision, they own it. The only company on the planet that cares more about your success is only Keller Williams.